Equity matched up with REG in this game. Uh, Previously, KPA handled REG pretty well, and they were able to dominate REG. And this time, Equity, when they matched up against REG came out on top. They won this game 52 to Equity's 40. So, I mean, this game was it was just pretty hard to watch, especially moving forward from the second, third, and fourth quarters, because Equity started off pretty well in the first minutes. REG were quickly working the ball inside. I mean, they were just really like finding those shots inside, those high percentage shots. Those were the shots that they were looking for, and they had their big man making sure that she was getting fed the ball, and she was able to like capitalize in there, and she was able to like even grab the lead way back, even in the first. But when Equity were facing her, I mean the REG big man, and also Chantal was knocking down them threes, they just didn't have an answer for her. I mean, Equity just lacked interior defense. But in the first, Equity went to their bag. They drew fouls, hitting the mid-range shots. But the turnover bug just kept creeping in for the Equity Hawks, and I mean it was just glaring. I mean, RG were not prepared for the slashing plays by Equity, but they just faded out. The slashing, and the interior scoring for the Equity Hawks just died down, especially in the second half. There was no aggressive play. I mean, Equity were missing the wide open layups under the rim for them crucial points. The turnovers, they were very hesitant on offense, especially in the second half. I don't know what happened in the second half, because you could see you have a wide open layup, you slam the brakes instead of busting in to get the layup. You're slamming the brakes and waiting to for that extra pass a lot. So sometimes I was asking myself, why can't you just attack the rim? You don't have to wait and you have the ball and you're alone just thinking of the assist. No, you have to at least attack the basket. That's one thing that I saw was lacking, and the shooting that's faded away from the game, especially from deep. There was no clear 3-point shot taken from the Equity side. I mean, they were just especially on defense. I saw a situation where the whole Equity Hawks team, they're just they're just watching the ball. They're just ball watching, and they're not able to at least even find the open man find the open man of the opposing team. So the problem was defense. They're not on a string on defense. I mean, very hesitant on offense. I mean, REG just had the killer instincts to attack inside. So when the Equity Hawks were dragging and not being aggressive and attacking inside, the REG side, they just drove in and just did that. And I mean, all the way from the first, you can see the first it was just a seesaw, but moving on to the second, third, and fourth, I mean, especially the second half, it was just abysmal, especially for the Equity side. This was a game that was at arm's reach all the way from the first, but Equity just blew this game. It's not the same as the Sporting from Egypt, because that one they blew a lead clearly. But this one, they had multiple chances. They had multiple opportunities to at least make the game close, but they decided to be lackadaisical, especially interior scoring. You're expecting your players who are at the front court to be able to impose their size and will inside, but they didn't. They let the REG big men and the shooters just have free reign. I saw in a possession where an Equity defender was just leaving an REG sniper. Then the ball just goes in. Even if it rims out, the offensive ball just went to REG. A lot of times, REG they grabbed so many offensive rebounds. The point was why is it that the Equity Hawks are not even going for those rebounds? They're not even making an effort to get those rebounds. So this was so concerning, because when you have a team REG, let's say for example even Equity may match up with KPA, they're not going to go easy, because they're just going to impose their size, impose their will, make sure that get back on D, backtrack on D, and knock the mid range and both the 3-point shot. But you can see for the Equity Hawks in this game against REG, they are not tracking back on offense. Their players are just trotting slowly while during a fast break. You can look at a possession. I just saw possession in the fast break. Could see the Equity Hawks clearly they need to fall back on D, but easy transition points for the REG side because no one is tracking back on defense to protect the rim. The big man, the front court players. Yes, where's your small forward? Where's your power forward? Where's your center? When you need them to at least cover all that ground and backtrack. So that was something that I saw that led to the culmination of this game. This game, like, it was determined by 12 points, but there were multiple instances where Equity would have had like a mini run and made the game close and even stole this game from REG, but they just let this game slide on them, and honestly, it's not a good look. And right now they have a record of 1-2. Okay, they're coming off a blowout for the they beat a team that was new here, but when they met REG, I mean, I don't they just switched up and they just didn't look like the Equity Hawks that we're used to, especially in the previous game when they, blew the other team up by 41 points. They just didn't look as dominant. I feel like they matched up with a heavily top-sided team, but they were not able to keep up with the pace of how they were scoring, how the REG was scoring. Because if you look back and you see like the film from YouTube, you could see like the film. You see there are multiple instances where Equity will have, if they made those baskets, majority of them were just under the rim. They were just missing them wide open layups, and at least they will have been able to cut the deficit. But it is what it is. So REG, they're not able to beat KPA, but they managed to beat Equity. So Equity's record is 1-2, and just can't wait for the next game. So I'll be covering the next KPA game, and it'll be coming out in a few. And so that's Zone 5 basketball. I mean, I've been just took some time out to watch this game, and I must say, man, the Equity Hawks, man, they just need to step it up because this is just not acceptable. This play is just not acceptable. They just need to find a way to switch it up. So man, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. So make sure subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, post, and so that you never miss these videos that are coming out. And man, I'm out. Peace.